All right, the watch list for tomorrow, which is Thursday, July 10th. But let me start by saying I did not trade today. If you're wondering where the videos were or the picks were last night, my house got hit by lightning last night. Shot the cable modem, fried a TV, fried the freezer in the garage, sent some shingles on the roof out into the yard, shot the alarm system. What else can I say? It's been a day. And so then the cable guy comes out, fixes the internet, and the router was fine. So every computer in the house had internet except my work computer, because it also fried my Ethernet card. So even then, when I thought, hey, I'm going to get up and running for afternoon trading, I had to run out and get another Ethernet card. So having been through all that, I didn't trade today. Okay. Anyway, the watch list for tomorrow: Micron MU, really holding this 32 well. I went down near 32 yesterday. I went down and touched it today and right back up, couple green candles, and you can see the little support here around 32. So I'm looking for a long in this one with a proper intraday setup tomorrow. Remember, I'm a day trader. These are just setups for day trades. Don't hold overnight, except small amounts on some of the little smaller stocks that I like to build positions in. And I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. JD, about 5 red candles in a row. It held the 26 area yesterday and again today. So I don't love that one, but if I get a proper setup and the market's acting right, we might get a trade in it. GTAT, also kind of holding 16 there. So I'll be watching for a possible bounce in that one. Got some cheaper ones on here too, which can be fun in the summertime. DRL, after hitting 10, you've got 4 days down in a row. I'll be looking for a possible bounce play in that one. MOBI, this thing had a really nice move from 6 to almost 9. And now, looky here, we're back down near 6. So in the low 6s, this low that I'm hovering over here was 613. This low 622. So in the around 620-ish, I'll be looking for an intraday bounce. This one's really in a nice range and coming down near the bottom of that range. So had nice volume on the way up. MOBI. That might be a good swing trade in the low 6s too, but that's not really my game. NURO. I said I didn't trade today. I actually lied a little bit because I did get in before the market closed and start nibbling in the low 220s in NURO. And that's a small one that I'm going to build a position in. You had, 13.5 million shares yesterday, and a nice solid red candle and another one today. And this one, I'd be surprised if it comes down all the way down and fills the gap. This one is a very low float stock, so it can move really nicely at times. So if it gets down anywhere near 2, I'll be buying more than I bought today and just build a position, because this one, as you can see, gets some nice gaps up at times. A lot of times the gaps up are thwarted, but it's instructional. It's instructive to go back and look and see what it did after some of these other gaps up. So you had the almost 10 million shares this day, and then you had a couple days down, and then almost right back up to where it was in the next couple days. So that's possible. This one, you really can't count this. You can't equate this because it's 2 million shares, okay? So I don't want to use that one. You can use this one, and you had almost 10 million shares, and that time you had a couple down days, including the gap up day, and then a little bounce before it chopped around for a long time. So you can't look back and say, well, this is exactly what's going to happen this time. One thing I do like about this is if you go back here again, and I'm not going to babble too much longer about this, but if you go back here again to this day, it was pretty extended, okay? The daily chart, it had come pretty far pretty quickly from $1.50 to 4. You don't really have that this time. It was definitely extended on the gap up day, right? But now you're actually coming back down near where this thing based right around $2 for a month or so. So after the news, which I believe they got FDA approval for a wearable pain control device, electronic impulses or something. Now it's going to be over the counter. So that's a pretty big deal for a company trading at this price. And again, now you've got nice support not that far away. Okay, so to me, it's prudent to start nibbling here, and I'll get bigger if we get down at or below 2. And this is something I can hold for a while, but this also may just rip right back up to 3 in the next couple of days. So I don't mind nibbling here just in case that happens. I can still make some money from it. Okay, enough babbling about that. EVRY, another cheap one. But it ran, I'll try to give you the numbers here, from $1.53 to almost $4 in 3 days. Okay, so now you've got 2 red days down. And so I don't have any kind of, I can't say, oh, if it gets to this price, I'm buying. This one I don't know anything about, okay? So this isn't something I'm going to build a position in. But what I am looking for, you can see, let me get the drawing tool going. Okay, these are 15-minute candles. So this was yesterday's 15-minute high right there. This was today's 15-minute high. And you notice those were the highs of the day, okay? And it sold off. Again, sold off. So what I want to see is a narrow range. You know, perhaps it opens here, sells off for a little bit. I'm trying to draw that. I'm not very good at this. Anyway, you know, in a narrow range. And so, whoops. And so you've got, you know, I don't know, a couple hours worth of trading. And then an upside break out of that range, and I'll go long. And so that's what I'm looking for. Anything else, and I won't be trading this one. But if this thing can break its early high, preferably in the afternoon, but at least after the first couple hours, bet you we get a really nice, quick, high percentage, high volume move. And having that one on a chart and being ready for when that happens, you can get a real nice, quick trade and make some money, you know, real nice money in about 10 minutes. So I always try to have these things on watch. And if it doesn't do pretty much what I just said, I just won't trade it. And I say this in almost all my videos. It doesn't cost me anything to have these on charts, okay? KNDI is, you know, this isn't a great chart setup, but it just keeps getting these pops. And so if you go to 15-minute candles, back up over 15. It's had issues with 15. So over 15 with volume, I think you might break through these recent highs again. So KNDI is another one of those that I like to have on a chart. Doesn't mean I have to trade it. CAMT, 20 million plus shares a couple days ago, and then a couple kind of quiet days. Same thing as EVRY. If I can get, again, you see the 15-minute high, 15 or the 30-minute high. Either way, the first high and the high in the first 30 minutes was pretty much the high of the day. If I can get that to level out and then break its high in the afternoon, same deal. We could get a real nice money maker in a very short period of time. And then TXMD. This one's a little squinky looking after that huge volume day, and then today gaps up and closes well below the gap up days. So who knows? But this is another one you want to have this on a chart, you know, for the next couple weeks going forward. All right, anytime you get a huge volume move like that, you know, you might watch this for 3 or 4 days and do nothing with it, and that's fine. But have it on a chart in case you get the setups that I talked about. And geez, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.